Michigan School of Public Health. I am also a proud alumnus of the school. I'm pleased to welcome you to Hill Auditorium to celebrate the graduation of our 78th class, the class of 2019. As a courtesy to everyone enjoying this special day, I ask that you please silence your cell phones. I'd also like to welcome those of you watching this ceremony via live stream on the School of Public Health website. We're happy to have you joining us from around the world. We're honored to have Provost Martin Filbert with us this afternoon. As many of you know, he served as Dean of the School of Public Health from 2011 to 2017. Provost Filbert, thank you for joining us. By custom, this commencement is a ceremony that celebrates the fulfillment of the requirements for academic degrees by graduates. But the word commencement, more importantly, signals the beginning of your public health journeys. Graduates, today we honor you. We celebrate your achievements, and we look forward to the contributions that you'll make to the field of public health and beyond. At the University of Michigan School of Public Health, we pursue a healthier world with compassion, through innovation, and through inclusive excellence to create meaningful, lasting impact. We give the best of ourselves for those who we may never meet. From your time at Michigan, you've learned the immense power of public health. You've been equipped with knowledge, tools, and practice to positively affect change. You seek to improve health at a population level for communities, for cities, for states, for countries, for people around the world. Graduates, you imagined a better future, and you chose to start that future here with us at Michigan, and we're so grateful. Your journeys leading to Michigan Public Health began in many different places. You came from small towns, others from big cities. Some of you grew up close to campus, while others traveled from around the world to attend school here. Some of you worked in politics before returning, local school systems, or even as physicians. Some of you are active military or military veterans. To our undergraduates, you began your college careers without even the notion that a public health major existed at Michigan. And now here you are. You chose to be among a very special first class of public health majors. Some of you are raising families while in school. Some of you found a life partner during your time here. Some of you are trailblazers within your families as first-generation students. You've all experienced challenges of some kind. You've all achieved something significant. We are a rich tapestry of diverse experiences and backgrounds. Today, you are all united by the common experience of the University of Michigan School of Public Health, and you're wearing the caps and gowns to prove it. Now, to the family and friends who are gathered here, let me tell you a few things about the class graduating today. We have 469 graduates this term, with another 27 finishing their degrees this spring. This group will join an amazing alumni body of more than 16,000 people. Our students truly represent a global community. They hail from 40 different countries around the world. There are 91 students who represent our first class of bachelor's graduates. Congratulations to this group, breaking new ground for others to follow. And now our graduates will fan out across the globe, taking on leadership roles in government agencies, in healthcare systems, in the private sector, and on the front lines of public health practice, just to name a few. We have alumni working on every continent except for Antarctica. But just maybe, one of these students here will be the first to arrive there. We're grateful and honored that you chose the University of Michigan School of Public Health for this phase of your education. Each year, students speak at this ceremony on behalf of the entire graduating class. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's speaker, Lelo Galuma.
Thank you, Dean Bowman, and thank you for that warm welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. I am deeply honored to be able to share this moment with you and my reflections on my public health education. I've dreamt of this moment since sitting in my dorm room in 2013, inspired and wide-eyed. I was fresh from a Public Health 200 class with Ken Warner, a distinguished professor emeritus from the Department of Health Management and Policy and former dean of the School of Public Health. I said to my roommate, I think I found my passion. I think about that moment often and sometimes chuckle at the innocence of the situation. After all, I was 17 and had found my lifelong passion, right? Reflecting on my journey to this discipline, I realized I didn't find public health. Public health found me. Just months earlier, I had embarked on my first trip outside of the United States. My mother took my brother and I to meet our extended family in Ethiopia for the first time. A particularly powerful experience for me was meeting my paternal cousins. My cousins grew up on the same farm that my father was raised, a community named Jarso Sire in a region named Oromia. My father is the eldest son of his father, a title that provided him certain opportunities while he was growing up, one of which resulted in him being the first in his family to earn a formal education. Now, several years later, all of my cousins are provided that same opportunity. During our trip, my cousins and I walked the path my father took while he was young, from the farm into town every day for school, the same path my cousins take to school. I was in complete awe of my first trip to Ethiopia, however, deeply humbled. I grew up worlds and literally an ocean apart from this reality. My cousins walked sometimes hours just to get to school to earn an education. My elementary school was just down the street. When they came home, they cooked, cleaned, and harvested crops. I spent my afternoons doing homework or playing with friends. This journey, both literal and figurative, showed me what the conditions were like to access a primary school and attain an education. The possibilities that an education offers far outweigh any obstacles like distance or competing priorities. I saw that for this community, education was key for financial security, health, well-being, and women's empowerment. I didn't realize it then, but their journey sparked a thought in me. What does it take for a community to thrive? I found public health as a part of the solution, further improving lives and communities through access to education. For me, public health was and is the key for answering large societal issues. Public health is political and personal. I believed public health would give me the tools to figure these problems out. However, looking back on the past 2 years, public health is more than just coming up with solutions to problems. Public health is collaboration, working with other people, sometimes very different than us, towards a common goal. Public health is interdisciplinary, knowing that we don't always have the right answers and should lean into our peers, colleagues, community members, and friends. Public health is empowerment, because maybe the best answer doesn't and shouldn't come from researchers, but rather the community. Public health is political. It's recognizing that Black lives matter, climate change, that climate change is real, it's knowing that Flint still doesn't have access to clean water. That so many undocumented people go without access to health care, and so much more. Public health is the relentless pursuit of a more just, equitable, liberating, and healthier world, both individually and collectively. Public health is me, a first-generation girl from a family of immigrants, reflecting that public health has the power to change not only her life, but her family's lives for the better, relentlessly pursuing an education that would allow her to do so. It has been said, hope is like a path in the countryside. Originally, there was no path, yet as people are walking all the time in that same spot, a way appears. Public health is hope, and we are all walking along that path. And finally, public health is you all, class of 2019. And your respective journeys that brought you here to this very moment. Congratulations, and go Blue.
Tell me that we don't have amazing students here at the University of Michigan School of Public Health. Lello's message is a reminder that you are not only empowered by the education that you received here at the University of Michigan, but you're also empowered by your life experiences. Carry those experiences with you in whatever you do, and the world will be better for it. Those moments of inspiration that dot your past and illustrate to us all how public health seeps into our consciousness and help us find our way. So the faculty and staff on stage this afternoon represent the dedication and excellence of our School of Public Health community. Now we'd like to honor 2 members of this community with teaching awards. The first, Outstanding Graduate Student Instructor Award. The strength of the instruction here at the School of Public Health is evident in our talented and engaged graduate student instructors. I'm pleased to announce that this year's Outstanding Graduate Student Instructor recipient is Amel Omari. Amel is a doctoral student in the Department of Health Behavior and Health Education. Amel could not be here with us today, but I'd like to share what our colleagues and students said about her. A professor remarked that she has a natural gift for explaining complex issues and building rapport with teams. Amel is such an asset to my teaching team. She was an excellent sounding board for me and continues to keep the students' needs and learning front and center in our discussions. A student commented, and I quote, Amel was well informed on the course material and expectations. In fact, Amel presented a few of the course lectures with superb clarity and gravitas. Always incredibly cheerful and motivated, Amel had an infectious sense of enthusiasm about public health, which made attending lecture a frequent joy. Lastly, from a professor, she's been an invaluable asset to myself, our students, and the class's success. Her deep knowledge of class topics, such as social determinants of health, was evident in the class lectures that she prepared. Amel's relaxed but professional approach was felt by both the professor and students alike. Let us all join in a round of applause for Amel and her contribution to our students and the School of Public Health. Now I'd like to recognize our recipient of the annual Excellence in Teaching Award. It is a distinct honor to announce the recipient, Dr. Kelly Bukulski. Dr. Bukulski is a research assistant professor in the Department of Epidemiology. Before Dr. Bukulski accepts this award, I want to share some of what her students had to say about her as a teacher and as a mentor. From a student, and again I quote, "I can say without a doubt that working with Dr. Bukulski has been the most valuable part of my time at the School of Public Health. Kelly has provided an environment that allows her students to work independently and problem solve on their own, while still being present and available to answer questions and guide us through what is for many our first foray into real-life data analysis. I believe that the skills I've taken away from working with Dr. Bukulski have prepared me for being a successful professional, more so than any other experience that I've had in the last 2 years. There's more. I took 2 classes with Kelly, and in both of these classes, she was an exemplary professor who presented information enthusiastically and was an engaging and therefore effective instructor. She was responsive to student concerns and worked with us to ensure that we were taking away as much from the class as was possible. Dr. Bukulski, on behalf of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present to you the Excellence in Teaching Award. Now, I find it fitting that on a day that we celebrate our students, we now have the honor of presenting the Student Leader of the Year Award. In a school like ours, which requires collaboration and interdisciplinary work, leadership comes in many forms. Our Student Leader of the Year is Stephanie Cohen. Stephanie is one of the leaders of the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, or IHI, open house here at the University of Michigan. IHI focuses on improving health worldwide by helping to accelerate measurable and continuous progress. Membership in the group is open to all students in the health sciences and other allied schools. Over the summer, Stephanie put in time securing interesting and impactful projects for students in the group. She is supportive of the project teams and volunteers her time freely to make connections with preceptors. She's been described as a positive force to connect other health science students into the School of Public Health because she sees the power of an interdisciplinary approach and its necessity for future health of the world. Congratulations, Stephanie. It is now my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, an exemplary public health professional, an advocate for health equity, proud University of Michigan alumnus, and a former colleague and friend of mine. His work demonstrates how the unique combination of restlessness and optimism can create positive impact for people. We are pleased to be joined by Dr. Abdul El-Sayed. Many of you may recognize Dr. El-Sayed from his gubernatorial bid in Michigan last year, where he brought health equity to the forefront of the statewide conversation. He is currently chair of Southpaw, Michigan, and a senior fellow at the Governing Institute. He's also finalizing a book that will be out soon. Previously, Dr. El-Sayed served as health commissioner for the city of Detroit. He was appointed there to rebuild the city's health department after it was privatized during municipal bankruptcy. He was the youngest health official in a major U.S. city. His work and his curiosity have taken him around the country and around our great state of Michigan. We are so pleased to have him here today. Dr. El-Sayed, welcome and thank you.
I was a little bit restlessly optimistic to get up, so forgive me for that. Thank you so much, Dean Bowman, and welcome back to the University of Michigan. We're honored to have you here. I am deeply honored to have been invited here to celebrate this incredible moment with you and your supporters. And the fact that this is a packed house suggests that everybody knows just how important this moment is, not just for you, but for the future you will build for us. But here's the question. By show of hands of the graduates, how many of you, when you were little and you were asked what you wanted to do, said public health professional? Me neither. After all, who wants a job where you almost never get credit for the stuff that you do and you always get blamed when things go wrong? And it's usually because the people who blamed you cut your funding in the first place. My sisters and brothers, welcome to the often exciting, sometimes weird, rarely appreciated, but always important world of public health. You have chosen to be here today because you are called to serve, to dignify the lives of people you've never even met, you may never, ever meet. There are few callings that can be more noble. But let me tell you today why I became a public health professional. I grew up not too far from here in a suburb of Detroit, but that suburb wasn't my only home. Like Lello, our incredible speaker today, one more hand please. I spent many of my summers growing up just up the Nile there in Egypt, where my parents immigrated from. And I'd spend most of my time on those trips with my grandmother, my Teta Soad. Now, she was the wisest, most intelligent person I have ever met in my life, but she never got to go to school. Experiencing something like this would have been so distant from anything she'd ever thought she might experience. She raised 6 kids in a 1-bedroom apartment in Alexandria overlooking a fish market where my grandfather, with an 8th grade education, sold vegetables. Now, my father was her eldest son, and for that reason, she really wanted him to be a doctor. Now, my grandmother gave birth to 8 kids. 2 of them died before their first birthday. As a working-class family in Egypt in the 1950s, Teta's family couldn't really afford medical care. But when a few of her other kids got sick, doctors were there to stand up for them, to save their lives. To her, doctors worked miracles. So, she wanted my dad to be a doctor, but there was a bit of a problem there. My dad hates the sight of blood. So he'd eventually go on to be a sort of doctor. Don't tell him I said that. Just not the kind that my teta was expecting. He became a doctor of engineering. Gears don't have blood. Now, my grandmother's wisdom, it was the stuff of generations. She didn't have to be taught right from wrong. She watched those things play out every day on the streets from her perch in Alexandria. The street became her schoolyard. And Teta couldn't read a book, but she could read a person better than anyone I have ever met. She wasn't the person who'd be invited to come and give a speech at a university commencement, but she was the person always in the back of the room who had the right thing to say just when you needed to hear it. She'd lift you up when you were down, just as quick, she'd bring you right back down to earth when you got ahead of yourself, and I got ahead of myself. Those summers when I'd be spending time with my teta, my aunts and uncles, my cousins, my grandmother would pull me aside. She'd sit me down, she'd look me right in the eye, and she'd say, "Don't you ever believe that you are any better than these other kids." She was talking about the advantages that I had growing up a world away. And it was true. My cousins, just as smart, just as capable, taller, better looking than I am. But she'd tell me, "You owe a whole lot more." And she was right. See, the only difference between my cousins and I was that I had opportunities they could never dream of. I grew up in a place that gave me a birth certificate when I was born. A place that made sure I was vaccinated against diseases that killed my would-be aunts and uncle. A place that protected me from drinking contaminated water, breathing polluted air, eating poisoned food. My home nurtured my mind. Public schools that I had access to, like this one. My cousins didn't have those opportunities. I went on, I got to earn 2 doctorates, teach at a university, make my mark on my home city, even run for the highest office in my state, all opportunities that I was afforded because I grew up here. Some of my cousins, 6,000 miles away in Cairo, drive cabs. About 2 years ago, one of them died in an accident. He was driving a cab. That's not my life. Here's the remarkable thing, though. See, I didn't have to go 6,000 miles across 2 legs on an airplane to find circumstances my cousins faced. No, I could go 20 miles down I-75 from where I grew up to Detroit and meet children whose circumstances looked a lot more like my cousins than they did like mine. In fact, every time I'd get on one of those airplanes, I'd travel 10 years difference in life expectancy in 12 hours. I could travel that same 10 years driving those 20 minutes down I-75 to any neighborhood in Detroit. Why? Detroiters are poor. 85% black in a city and a state and a country that has baked racism into its foundation, been directly and purposely marginalized by every level of government intended to serve them. Now, I did end up going to medical school. Like my teta always wished that my father would have. And I did it to do something about those circumstances, be they in Alexandria or Detroit. But while I was learning just a few miles away to auscultate or read an x-ray, I also was learning just how limited the practice of medicine would be to address the inequities that had brought me to this place in the first place. Particularly in a society where our medical system is built to profiteer off of people's ill bodies, built to ignore people who most need the care and cannot pay. Medicine is the art and science of diagnosing and treating disease in individuals. Rather than meet our patients where they are and keep them healthy, we wait for them to come to us only after they've gotten sick. Public health, it's the opposite. It's what we as a society do collectively to assure conditions for people to be healthy. It's what we do to empower people in their lives to live their healthiest future in the communities where they live and learn and work and pray and play. And I'll tell you this, if we are going as a society to address the deep inequities in our place, in this America of ours, we don't need more health care. We need more public health. We need you. So in those moments, as I was learning the art and science of diagnosing and treating disease in patients, I realized that the miracle worker my teta wanted my father to be that person, I didn't need to be a doctor. I needed to be a public health professional. A few years ago, I got the opportunity to do something about that 10-year gap when I was appointed health director in the city of Detroit. My job? Rebuild Detroit's health department, 185-year-old health department that had been shut down when the city was facing municipal bankruptcy. They decided to shut down a storied health department in a city with a higher infant mortality rate than my father's native Egypt, where our children face threefold the probability of asthma hospitalizations, fourfold the probability of being exposed to lead. Now, we built our department around kids because we knew that our kids living in those communities where the prison industrial complex had robbed them of fathers and brothers, where mothers have to work 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet, in a community where even if mom or dad have a car, the cost of car insurance is 5-fold the national average, so you can't even afford to drive it. The fact that in the city that put GM and Ford on the map, there's no reliable public transit. And structural racism has decimated city schools. I want you to imagine something. You're walking into a first grade classroom. It's 11 o'clock on a Monday morning in January. Kids are bundled up in their coats. Why? Boiler in the building doesn't work. You look around the room and you see a dead mouse in the corner. And it didn't just die, it's been there for days. The smell of the mold growing underneath the floorboards permeates your nostrils, the place where those kids are supposed to be able to go and play. At the health department, we wanted to break down the barriers that our kids had to learning and earning like we'd want for any kid anywhere. It meant thinking outside the box, putting ourselves in their little shoes. We made sure every kid had a free pair of glasses in school. We stood up to some of the biggest corporate polluters in the state. We made sure that every school, daycare, and Head Start was tested for lead in the water. My teta wanted me to be a doctor because she watched doctors stand up for lives of people like her. She watched them save lives. But I became a public health doctor because I came to appreciate public health is where we stand up for people in communities like Alexandria, like Detroit. It is where we truly do the work of saving lives. Now, I often reflect on what my teta might have become had she had even a smidge of the opportunities that I did. I reflect on what she would have said about the kind of doctor I ultimately became. But she was never allowed to walk into a place like this, let alone graduate from one. Rather, she got a very different education. But here's the thing, and I want to give you a quick warning. The fact that she never went to school means that while she never had the benefits of an education, she also never bore the costs. And yes, while the benefits of your education far outweigh the costs, and I'm not just talking about the student debt, this education does come with some real costs. See, I almost never became a public health professional. The institutions that trained me, that I trusted to teach me, to lead me in the direction I needed to go, they weren't all that supportive. When I decided not to pursue a clinical residency, I had a medical school professor sit me down. He said, you're throwing away your career, son. Stop thinking about this so much, he told me. Just do your job as a doctor. That's all you really have to do. Institutions like these and the institutions in which you will work, they emphasize your skills. But in emphasizing your skills, they implicitly sometimes de-emphasize the morals that should guide those skills. They ask, how good are you at doing what you do, rather than asking, why are you doing what you do? We're taught to subjugate those morals for the morals of the institutions that we often serve. And they validate us. Those grades, those awards, those promotions, they feel good. And in a generation like ours, I'll be clear with you, I'm just about to leave that generation, so let me just speak like this for a minute. Anybody here on Instagram? Raise your hands. So when you take that selfie on Instagram, you just leave it there? No, you check it again. For what? For the likes. Why? Instant validation. We crave that in our generation. And we have to ask ourselves what the moral consequences of that craving might be over the long term. For me, I had to ask that question about my career in medicine. And I had to ask those same questions again in my role in Detroit. I watched as our city shut off water on thousands of homes a year in a state that's defined by its fresh water. demolishing homes at a faster clip than any other municipal government in the country. And when we analyzed those demolitions, we found that kids living close to them were being exposed to lead that was coming out of the dust of those houses. Nobody wanted to do anything about it. Meanwhile, I'm watching this state poison the city of Flint, unfolding right before my eyes, and I'm watching our politics revert to a strain of white supremacy and racism I never thought we'd go back to. And I again had to ask myself, what are your responsibilities? After all, as my teta would have said, you owe a lot more. Today, you all will walk out of this hallowed space as public health professionals you never thought you'd be. You're epidemiologists, health behavioralists, policy experts. This institution, it has validated you. It has told you that you know the skills and the work of public health. But your commitment today, it has to be far bigger than any institution. It has to be bigger than you. Today, you're making a commitment to the work of public health, a commitment to assure the conditions for people to be healthy. By and large, you're going to go off and you're going to work in institutions, even lead institutions that are consistent with that calling. But maybe you'll find yourself in an institution in conflict with that. And if you find yourself there, I want you to remember the commitment that you made today. I want you to remember that it's not just what you're doing, it's not how well you're doing it, but what moral purpose that you're doing it for. Because you owe a lot more. It may mean standing up to powerful people in powerful institutions, but in those moments, don't forget that it doesn't matter who you're standing up to. It matters who you're standing up for. That's the hard-won lesson. If my teta could be here today, I think she would have wanted me to pass on. A lesson that you don't always learn in school. And when you face that challenge, I know, we know, that you'll be up to it. Because we're counting on you. Congratulations, welcome to public health, and go blue.
Dr. El-Sayed, thank you for those inspirational words. I know that they'll stay with our graduates for many years to come. We're so grateful for your time, for your efforts to give back to the University of Michigan. And now, the moment that you've all been waiting for. Presentation of the graduates for degrees from the University of Michigan School of Public Health. We will have our senior associate deans at the School of Public Health calling names. Senior Associate Dean for Research, John Meeker, will present the Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Public Health degree candidates. During this recognition, candidates will carry their hoods to the stage and will be draped with the hood by a member of the faculty. Senior Associate Dean for Administration, Linda Elizabeth, and Assistant Dean for Student Engagement and Practice, Angela Beck, will present the Master of Public Health candidates. Dr. Beck will also present the Master of Health Informatics candidates. Senior Associate Dean for Global Public Health, Matthew Bolton, will present the Master of Health Services Administration and Master of Science candidates. Dr. Beck will then present our first class of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science candidates.
Elizabeth Corna Cliff, Changing Incentives and Information, How Demand-Side Strategies Affect Healthcare Utilization and Price. Alana Rose Elkin, first trimester placental cellular responses to trichloroethylene metabolite S,1,2-dichlorovinyl L-cysteine exposure. Jay Fay, new statistical methods for drawing inference based on high dimensional regression models. Paula Fiograna Villegas, the environmental and population health impacts of urban transportation in the Puget Sound region, Washington. Tamar Shoshana Goldenberg, healthcare use among transgender and gender diverse people in the United States, influences of stigma and resilience. Alana Gainey, applications of operations research and decision sciences techniques on policies and issues related to obesity and total knee arthroplasty. Sui Guo, spatial Bayesian modeling and computation with application to neuroscience data. Innocence Harvey, adipose and muscle tissue in glucocorticoid-induced metabolic disease. Joshua Havamaki, using mathematical models to understand causal mechanisms underlying counterintuitive epidemiological data. Vivian Hazard, family risk and protective factors for binge eating related concerns in a nationally representative sample of young adults in the United States. Lisbeth Iglesias Rios, modern slavery, violence, coercion, and mental health of female and male trafficking survivors in the Mekong sub-region, Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam. Yuhan Kao, dynamics, underlying mechanisms, and uncertainty in environmentally driven infectious diseases. Lisa Lau, translational epidemiology, an application of lung cancer prevention strategies in USA and Mexico. Wenxiao Li, socioeconomic status, dietary patterns, and cardiovascular risk factors in an aging population. Hannah Meyer, influenza susceptibility and transmission. Evan Reynolds, statistical learning methods for electronic health record data. Hana Sigalov, acute respiratory infection among hospitalized individuals, prediction and prevention of severe influenza. Krithika Suresh, dynamic methods for the prediction of survival outcomes using longitudinal biomarkers. Yao Yuan Vincent Tan, novel applications and extensions for Bayesian additive regression trees in prediction, imputation, and causal inference. Lu Tang, statistical methods of data integration, model fusion, and heterogeneity detection in big biomedical data analysis. Kazumi Jennifer Tuchia, intergenerational effects of citizenship status, psychosocial stress, and family influences among second-generation immigrant youth. Claudia Villatoro, micronutrients and metabolic syndrome in children and adults. Ali Walsh, social networks, collection, uncertainty, and applications to college student alcohol use. Don Ching Wong, lifestyle factors during the midlife and subclinical carotid atherosclerosis later in life, the study of women's health across the nation. Weiya Wang, associations of environmental risk factors with age-related cataract and glaucoma. Jessica Wu, the associations of epigenetics with pubertal timing and tempo, and how methyl donors and physical activity affect the associations. Summer Xia, study design and analysis of censored longitudinal time to event and recurrent event data. Maria Militzer, addressing physical activity levels among women of Mexican origin during pregnancy.
Dean Bowman, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Master of Public Health degree. Harry Zen. Thank you. Tomohiro Ko. David Colston. Elise Davis. Ruth Thomas. Richard Martino. Mahasweta Mitra. Jennifer Gandhi. Camera Dockery. Randall Seaton. Raha Muzun. Brianna Eder. William Marshall II. Edward Arenas. Madeline K. Lavasser. Emily Downs. Thank you. Claire Shanahan. Elizabeth Moran. Brianne Brenneman. Amelia Schmid. Ashley Camille McBride. Laura Wilson. Amelia Smale. Ross Byers. Samantha Borner. GL Kuhn. Nicholas Suarez. Thank you. Claire E. Roche. Mario Olivier Senka. Edward Lowe. Kelly Sun. Samantha Becker. Jennifer Wynn. Alexia Armstrong. Robert Fernandez. Daniel Brandt. Khalees Dent. Xiang Li. Jason Weaver. Nathan Joseph Leishman. Luke Draper. Nicholas Polakowski. Ergest Isaac. Gregory Cruz. Marjorie Beal. Vidhi Verma. Daerhu Han. Gauri Gua. Jasmine Bell. Sarah Bouchard Sugar. Rachel Goodman. Grace Keeney Bonthorn. Deanne Zhang. Shou Yang. Margaret Rubens. Zachary Nan. Jeannie Lee. Thank you. Jonghae Ra. Priya Chidambaram. Myra Said. Thank you. Sarah Rubin. Alexandra Doolin. Joanna Liu. Annie Cleary. Allison Granger. Jordan Mizell. Tiana Noel Morgan. Mary Elizabeth Smith. Lelo Galuma. Dana Green, Jr. Jordan Pond. Audrey Richardson. Brianna Jacobs. Kayla Mandel. Karnik Shah. Fatima Hassan. Alante Moon. Gabriel Lee Johnson. Alea Nico Martin. Natalie Reed. Dee Liu. Jiaying Lee. Anyi Liu. Shadi Amanda Larson. Thank you. Fariho Bilgen. Iris Liang. Bianca Winward. Aaron Finn. Jessica Hymanen. Alex Wells. Brooke Turner. Eliza Jarman. Daniela Johan. Latifa Bazi. Miriam Jalul. Olivia Barth. Layla Koja. Elizabeth Ludwig Boris. Katrina Price. Kashfi Gupta. Amy Susanna Getz. Gladys Martinez. Cameron Griffin. Hassan Abu Amara. William Benjamin. Andrea Winnie. Keith Murphy. Jared Eaton. Swathi Gopala Krishna Shetty. Aruna Muthukumar. Kathleen Corcoran. Julie Colbath. Natalie Emmerich. Christina Aubel. Kelsey Rose. Gina Sellinger. Danielle Rittman. Vindia Pareira. Jessica Uruchima. Sydney Foote. Jessica Yeazer. Allison Gregor. Matthew Peters. Dara Antani. Christian Ordonez. Matthew Carmen Wybenha. Landon Wood. Marissa Natsky. Marie Elena Bitar. Ayusha Acharya. Krista Guest. Alexandria Tricoche. Katie Tissio. Taylor Lasco Marzak. Clayton Desjardins. Shelby Lisecki. Clara Schremer. Kyle Bussey. Jayu Shie. Leah Wright. Caitlin Campbell. Rachel Cohen. Emily Shampoo. Christian Mackey. Jenna Gorlick. Elise Gahan. Maria Gazer. Allison O'Brien. Nishat Islam. Lauren Lynn. Rory Price. Alex Ingraham. Nolan Kavanaugh. Lillian M. Feynman. Michelle Iqbal. Austin Smarsh. Brianna Dumas. Shelby Gort.
Shirley Loy. Kyle Sullivan. Melanie Meisenheimer. Varick Shute. Emily Armstrong. Stephen Vanderlasky. Dylan Grooch. Adam Overgaard. Sophia Riddle. Michael Began. Claudia Meyer. Abilene Emerson. Elizabeth Guthrie. Courtney Crawford. Xenia Chan. Mislael Valentin Cortez. Jennifer Gonzalez. Ariana Paradis Vincent. Nikki Sani. Laura Hollander. Lauren Leslie. Julia Asplund. Megan Watkins. Claire Shoren. Shivani Pandya. Aaron Diot. Monica Babcock. Kelsey Galang. Melissa Robinson. Miko Diener. Lauren Hurdy. Rachel Lowry. Allison Sheets. Miriam Carson. Dean Bowman, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Master of Health Informatics degree. Ben Hennig. Maggie Guth. Anjan Banerjee. Dima Char. Riley Doucette.
Dean Bowman, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my distinct honor to present the candidates for the Master of Health Service Administration degree. Aisha Stewart. Hillary Bragg. Andrea Arathun. Isabel Julia Rouse. Andrea McAuliffe. Michaela Webster. Elizabeth Lynn. Lauren Guerra. Tyler Gregory. Kemi Omotoso. Zachariah Attar. Emged Erosofi. Sami Shalabi. Jasmine Brown. Miriam Khan. Sakaya Suleiman. Sean F. O'Hara. Christina Munoz. Jeffrey Zachem. Dean H. Hammer. Christopher Martin. Jonas Goldstein. Ben Stevenson. James McAvoy. Sarah Rubin. Matthew Johnson. Martha Walsh. Tae Kim. Priyanka Ripley. Jody Worley. Robert Hinahan. Rox Katia II. Michael Garatson. Nikhil Sahai. Jeremy Reisky. Andrea Nguyen. Chanan Raghav Kumar Batra. Sandeep Singh Rai. Peter Geppert. Dane Jacobson. Marguerite Crandall. Morgan Lesky. Isha Kamath. Artur Galecki. Katie Lee. Chanel Heslop. Rebecca Solheim. Saili Kare. Lama Asadallah. Amanda Faki. Ryan Zayance. Madison Cripps. Emily Reisner. Skylar Patrick. Austin Kokoruda. Niharaika Chaladanki. Tavni Mahajani. Sunil Golamudi. David Cook. Aida Mustafa. Shayna Shapira. Rebecca Cray. Clara Kill. Sunaina Gatipati. Rachel Tisdale. Taylor Clark. Dean Bowman, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my distinct pleasure to present the candidates for the Master of Science degree. Megan Wall. Allison Wall. Douglas Hannum. Autumn Valasevec. Kyle Coumbier. Jeremy Pastris. Devin Aburasturi. Robert Pang. Yoon-Woo Burton. Hua Chong. John-Wen Chai. Yongju Chen. Nan Yan. Aubrey Annis. Brianna King. Kevin Liao. Ryan Ross. Mandy Wong. Ina Conrado. Robert Ehrman. Kanishka Jayasundara. Julie Rosenthal. Karen Mi-gyong Kim. Afifa Shamim Uzaman. Iman Shaban. Nina Marupudi and Company. Caitlin Cornwell. Sharanya Chandran. Nathaniel Putman. Pedro Orozco del Pino. Elizabeth Chase. Fatima Shafi Khorasani. James Mosner. Caitlin Polemi. Maureen Malloy. Mackenzie Zima. Case Radade. Lilith Karapetian. Girish Nair. Wasim Labaki. Hee-Jun Lee. Lapsum Chan. Jitao Wong. Jiangming Wang. Shai Li. Vivian Xia. Eugene Zhong. Kuqin Jiang. Yishu Wang. Yin Jin. Edie Chen. Aishi Wong. Chong Shu. Yue Wu. Yuming Su. An Chi Chien. Chiren Wong. Peiyu Chen. Zhongyao Li. Laura Christine Gunder. Mongbin Li. Wangqing Wu. Lingjie Zhou.
Dean Bowman, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees. Katrina Mansour. Narmeen Raymond. Khadija Khan. Nuha Mahmood. Afifa Khan. Omar Ilyas. Hussein Ali. Suhita Chandra Shekharuni. Lahari Nandakanti. Danya Ziazadeh. Halima Olanian. Ola Jumoke Jagade. Kayla Dos Santos. Nihanda Jones. Princess Amanda Anyenka Owennu. Nia Willis. Cassandra Granville. Lloyd Lyons. Aries Rutledge. Jaron Kirkland. Kayla Mashong. Hermione Carr. Corinne Fletmeyer. Anjali Namorin. Christina Alanis. Claire Fendrick. Lyric Kleber. Ria Kumar. Christine Green. Wing Young Ethan Lam. William Schwartz. Jeffrey Sondheimer. Molly Stahersky. Faith Marone Reynolds. Laura Dent. Lexa Giragosian. Jenny Kim. Jana Stabile. Elizabeth Paver. Natalie Stillpass. Kendra Berry. Kelly Martinick. Savannah Downs. Spencer Walls. Allison Tui. Scott Rolla. Jacob Michael Cutler. Sheridan Michelle Tobin. Madeline Schmitter. Paloma Tracy. Madison Polay. Julia Montag. Lisette Kessler. Zoe Feiner. Doria Weiss. Nicholas Amato. Nicholas Miller. Sydney Korsunski. Ramonda Nashid. Rowan Wheeler. Cassidy Johnson. Kylie Schaefer. Crystal Valley. Amani Danielle Eccles. Emily Kaptira. Chloe Baxt. Morgan Sunkin. Jason Golick. Tiana Wong. Christian Panetta. Kang Bin Win. Wyatt Hicks. Aya Takai. Laura McGrath. Carolyn Adams. Abigail Edwards. Madison Van Epps. Ali Safawi. Noah Shohet. Carolyn Spartan. Lily Carlson. Kayla Stanek. Thomas Hardy. Ashley Wu. Monica Smolinski. Madeline Nicholas. Kaylee Rollman. Ishani Mather. Claire Wixon.
Congratulations to the class of 2019. In a few moments, we'll conclude the celebration with a fine send-off from our organist, Dr. James Kibbe. When we do, we ask that the audience kindly remain seated until the graduates have left the auditorium. We invite all of you to join us immediately after the ceremony for a reception outside of this auditorium in Ingalls Mall, which is across the street from Rackham Auditorium, just northeast of this building. Graduates will be exiting the east doors of Hill Auditorium toward the courtyard, and so that all of our guests can exit the building comfortably, I encourage you to meet your graduate at the water fountain or in the courtyard under the tent rather than directly outside of the doors in the lobby. Graduates, being your dean for the last 7 months has been an immense honor. And I'd like to thank Dr. Kathleen Connell, interim dean, for her service during your first year at the School of Public Health. Returning to a school that gave me so much, I'm heartened to see what a brilliant and talented the students occupy our school. And you're on your way to serve the people of the world. And yes, I'm using the word serve quite intentionally. In all things that you do, don't just be among leaders and best, which I know you will, but be among the best servant leaders. In public health, we work on behalf of people. Always keep people at the forefront of your work. But you won't be alone. Look around you. These are the colleagues who will be with you during your journey. Rely on one another, encourage one another, inspire one another. Though you came from different backgrounds and experiences, you will forever be connected moving forward. You've worked incredibly hard to make the most of your opportunities, and now you will forever be empowered by a Michigan public health degree. But I encourage you to consider the sage wisdom given by Dr. El Sayed's grandmother by reflecting on your responsibility, what you owe. How powerful will it be if we all ask, what do we owe to help improve the health of people around the world? So on behalf of the faculty and staff on this stage, it's been an immense pleasure and honor to work with you as you shape your career paths. So please stay in touch. You've chosen to dedicate your lives to improving the health and well-being of your fellow human beings. I cannot think of a greater calling in life. Congratulations to the class of 2019. Good luck and forever, go blue.